Hello, hello, hello. Yes, I kind of want the vibe of this in the video. How are you guys? I hope everyone is feeling well. I am rubbing, I actually made this, because with everything going on, we gotta keep busy, right? And I made some oil, anointment oil, I guess. It's jojoba oil. I put amethyst crystals in it and sage. So it's just jojoba oil and sage, and it rolls on. And it smells like I just wanna. So, we'll get that going. I have all my crystals here, but I won't waste your guys' time going through those. Just know that they're all here and watching over us. I hope that all of you are healthy. I hope that your families, your friends, and your loved ones are also healthy. This is a time for us to really be there for one another, however we can. This is something we've never endured before, as a species, as a collective. It's the concept of us coming together to rise above this. To rise above this, while, social distancing. It's quite a concept. It seems like there's a lot of paradoxes, right? Coming together in a time of where we're mandated by law to separate. And that being said, we're being given challenges that we know wouldn't be given to us if we couldn't handle them. So again, my thoughts are with your loved ones, your family. I wish you all the wealth, health. This is a difficult time, and however I can be there for you guys, let me know in the comments below. We have the Two of Wands. The Strength card. We'll pull one more from this deck. This is the Lioness Oracle Tarot. I wasn't feeling that. With the King of Swords. Okay. Bear with me. I'm just gonna pull 3 more cards and then we'll get reading. So we got Two of Wands, the Strength card, and the King of Swords. I'm not taking any flyers today. I don't know if you noticed. I'm being very intentional about the cards that I'm pulling and making sure that, I don't know, I can't really explain it, but it's a more, I think, not controlled way of drawing cards, but for the energy, this is what I'm feeling. So we got the King of Wands, So we had the King of Swords, now we have the King of Wands. Let's get two more. The Knight of Swords. And the Two of Swords. Okay. Here we have the Two of Wands, the Strength card, the King of Swords, the King of Wands, the Knight of Swords, and the Two of Swords. So we begin and end with Two of Wands, Two of Swords. This is all fire and air. This is all creative movement. I was going to say something like along the lines of like, not a revolution, but like an evolution. And it involves a great deal of mental strength, a lot of waiting in, a rose bush. And what do we know about roses? They have thorns. But enduring some pain during this time. And in my other readings that I've been doing, I will say, I'm not a doctor or anything like that, but I do feel that come Leo season, we will see a massive, enormous turn for the better with regards to this situation. But anyway, Two of Wands and Two of Swords, beginning and ending with the number 2. Coincidentally, it's also the year 2020. Okay. When we think about 2, just in the journey of the tarot, there is so much still left in our journey. And it can be either exciting, like we don't know what's about to unravel, but the night is dark, our future, we don't know what it holds. All we have is the light that we carry in ourselves to hopefully light up and inspire one another. What's happening now is laying the groundwork for something great in the future. If you look at the card, she's almost like tiptoeing, being very careful with her footing. But she's leaving tracks for the betterment of mankind, is what I hear. Two of Swords typically talks about not being able to see the full picture when making a decision, being kind of at a crossroads mentally. I don't see it this way. I see we're in a predicament. We have a very particular set of circumstances. The writing is not on the wall, and we don't know really the outcome. What we can do is, again, move forward with caution, knowing that we are paving the way with footprints, literally, for our generations that follow us. There is something about the Strength card, which is Leo energy, which speaks to patience. Patience. And that may not be easy. That's not easy for anyone. But it takes it's focus. It's careful. It's still like the Two of Swords energy. It's being careful. And obviously everyone's trying to be careful and mindful right now, right? Of social distancing and, taking all necessary precautions to be sanitary and clean. And we have our two kings that come up next to each other, the King of Swords and the King of Wands. So there's the master of the suit that they've both seen a great deal. A masculine energy. One of them has it's opposing views, right? So the King of Swords typically kind of has a bird's eye view, up in the clouds, but up there because they have knowledge that has been carefully sorted through, and a great deal of wisdom. Not to say that the King of Wands doesn't have the same amount of knowledge and development. But the King of Wands, there's a masculine energy that is still full, almost pregnant with ideas, opposing ideas, dueling ideas. A lot of this has to do with chakra balancing and alignment. I've never actually noticed on this card, I've had this deck for like 2 years now, in the belly of this king, there are the different colors of the chakras. And then we have the Knight of Swords. We're reaching for answers. We're using all of the intelligence that we possibly can. But no doubt we don't have answers right now. And we have a ton of smart people. We have researchers, doctors, and my heart and thanks goes out to all of the healthcare workers who are literally stretching themselves and their vitality thin, putting their asses on the line to save others and save us. But we are it's not to say that a vaccine, finding, it's not out of reach. It just might be a little while until we get there. And we will have to wait. And I'm really feeling Leo season, but if you have resources and you have to give or donate, please do so. I think some of you, the Knight of Swords again, some of you may even have ideas. Like if you work in the medical field and you've studied infectious diseases, someone is wise in the medical field, and I think if it's not you, I'm telling you, there is someone that is coming with a breakthrough. Double Knight of Swords. I'm telling you. Kind of like save the day energy is what I'm feeling. Totally it may even come from a very unsuspected source, this vaccine. That's what I feel. You got Judgment in reverse. But I am not taking reversals with this energy, so let me pull one more card. and the Magician. So here's our Knight of Swords, our second one, the Judgment with the Magician. I've been seeing a lot of the Magician as of late. Talk about a reading. We have so much power in this universe, every single one of us. And this completely knocked us off our rockers. And I don't think the world will never be the same again after this. And I don't mean that in like a scary way, but it will never be the same. We will have learned a great deal. This is about wisdom. This is about who we leave behind. This will be written in textbooks. There will be, documentaries for a lifetime. People will look back and will read about this time that we are living through in this very moment. People have lived, died, grown ill. Our patience, our will to live. It's being tested. Do you have the power and strength in the form of grace and patience to ride out the storm? When we look at these last two cards, we have number 20 and then 1, we get 21, which is the world, which is all of us, the collective, and completion. Completion of a cycle. Perhaps people weren't being careful with the power that they had before. And now people, the collective, will be very vigilant and careful as they proceed. This will pass, and this will eventually. The gene will mutate, and it will pass. And as I'm saying that, my mother said to me the other day that her mom used to say to her, this too shall pass. And I'm hearing that right now. But people are passing away. And when you're left to the mercy of something that, no warfare, we were helpless to this. And I say were because we're not always going to be helpless. But we are closing a chapter and opening a new one to a life that we've never seen before. Because, like I said, the world will never be the same after this. And I don't mean that in a scary way. Again, I don't know what it's going to look like. This judgment card is calling for forgiveness. Forgiveness in the form of getting your priorities straight. I think there are a ton of things we may have taken for granted in the recent past, and something like this just levens the playing field. This virus cut across creed, race, religion, gender, rich, poor, old, young, although it really affected the elderly. This virus can light up anyone. What are you ready to let go of? This is like a taste of ooh, we thought that we had problems in the world. Look at this. This surmounts any war we'd be at with one another. We didn't have the weapons, quote unquote, to prepare for anything like this. So in the rest of your days, careful with your footing. How do you want to proceed with the rest of your life? Because I'm telling you, definitely by Leo season, we're going to get on with it. This too shall pass. I'm going to pull one Work Your Light Oracle card for the collective and close the reading. We got Priestess. How are you being called to step up and lead? Just read from the book because I got to. Priestess. The priestess is a teacher dedicated to service, freedom, and leadership. You don't need to have it all together to lead. In fact, it helps if you don't. No one wants a perfect angel who hasn't made any mistake. Let your life be your message. Don't underestimate the power of sharing your story. It's by hearing someone else's journey that we feel less alone, and especially during this time. We realize that we're actually all in this thing called life together. The difference between a follower and a leader is that a leader has the courage to go first. In stepping out, they shine a light on the path for others to venture forward too. Don't fret too much about trying to work out who is your tribe. Don't get stuck on age, income, hobbies, or occupation. This transcends all of that. The best way to discover your tribe is to look in the mirror. If you feel called to lead, chances are it's because at some point in your life, you longed for someone to lead you. Your tribe are longing for exactly the same thing as you were and are, and might be the only one step behind you. Hell, you might even be they might even be right alongside you. You don't need anyone's permission, just the courage to stand up, embrace your struggles, peaks, and troughs. You don't need to know the way. Just believe that there might be a different one. Your tribe is waiting for you. Step forward so they can find you. How are you being called to step up and lead? How can you be the leader you wish you had? We are all in this together. I think we feel it. We're really going to start realizing it. If not now, then very, very soon. And when we realize that we are in this together, the power and the magic and the manifestation that comes from that collective energy. Ooh, I have chills. Legit chills. It was a beautiful, beautiful reading. Thank you for letting me read for you guys. I know it's been a while, but I wanted to show my face and it just felt right. I hope you guys are all feeling well. I wish you all the healing vibes, love and light as always, and take care of yourselves and one another. I cannot stress that enough. Health is wealth. Without it, there ain't no point in living in this world if you don't have your health. Mentally, physically. Make sure that's in a good place. And then find ways, big or small, to help those around you. There are so many ways to help. Take care, guys. Bye.